Hello, I'm Amara Jones and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. Well, the first number up today is 4, as in the number of Arab allies which joined the United States, along with Britain and Australia, in a wide-ranging bombing campaign against ISIS targets in Syria. Now, the good news is that the United States, Britain, and Australia didn't go it alone, that there are the 4 Arab allies. The bad news is that this is exactly what ISIS may have wanted. In fact, there's widespread speculation in intelligence and foreign policy circles and communities that ISIS actually wants the United States to intervene in order to be able to increase its stature in the Arab world, and that it would increase that stature further still by taking on unpopular Arab regimes in the region, which are also our allies. And so, instead of this increasing global security, it may in fact do the opposite. Rather than having ISIS right where we want them, we might be walking into a giant trap. The next number up today is 107. That's the number of points that the Dow Industrial Average, the stock market, fell yesterday due to disappointing housing sales last month. Now, housing is really key to the United States and is a really important driver of the economy. That's why we have HGTV. But unlike what you see on House Hunters of young couples starting out and buying, little bungalows, what's actually been driving the market recently are wealthy investors from Wall Street and rich people doing all cash deals. Both of those two groups of money people pulled back, and so the stock market swooned. And all of this just goes to underscore that this robust recovery that we keep hearing about and that everyone keeps trumping up so that we can spend more money that we don't have is actually really fragile. So much so that if rich people pull back, the whole thing shakes, rattles, and rolls. The last number up is 12:58. That's the time yesterday that Danielle Mattoon, culture editor of the New York Times, put up her apologetic faux apology to the furor on the Times' article by Alessandra Sandley on Shonda Rhimes. Now, personally, faux apologies really grate on my nerves. They drive me nuts, but what am I gonna do, be 16er? Now, what's interesting is that when I actually read the article, 80 to 90% of it was overwhelmingly positive. It said that Shonda Rhimes had shaken up television unlike anything since perhaps Mad Men. It went on to say that that Viola Davis was not classically beautiful, but that was a good thing, that black women shouldn't be held to the same standards of looks as white women. And so both of those two things are really positive. And so the question is, if the article was overwhelmingly great, why all of the furor? And why this really controversial hook that they put at the beginning in order to do whatever they wanted to do? Well, Danielle Mattoon actually kind of addressed this in her faux apology. It's kind of embedded in there. What she said is that the article was so positive that they felt that they needed to add some balance, that they needed to do something that would add a little controversy, that would make it a little saltier, and that would be what they called a rhetorical advice, i.e. a hook. But the problem is that the hook didn't match the rest of the song, and so there is a problem, and it was a culturally insensitive hook at that. So my advice is to the New York Times is that the next time you want to write a hook, call Timberland. Well, that's all we have time for today. Please find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Vine, Instagram. Have a fantastic and wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.